Alright guys, so in today's video we're going to be throwing in this Bride Lomax replica seat that I have. I've had this seat for quite a while now and I haven't really been using it, so it was super faded and old looking, so I painted it with dye or whatever you want to call it, fabric and like interior paint, and it actually came out pretty good. It looks almost new. So if you guys want to watch that video, I have it up here. I believe it's up in this corner or this corner, I don't remember. I'll have the link up there in that corner if you guys want to watch it. The seat rails that I'm going to be using are planted, I believe they're like planted low seat brackets. I don't know how the exact name. I haven't even unboxed them, so I'm going to be doing that real quick. And from what I've heard, they're the lowest ones, at least I should say, for the price that they are. Because I know a lot of low seat brackets for 240s, they, well, just in general, they run you about like 200, maybe even 300, some probably more. But your typical like Street Faction, they run you for like almost 300 bucks shipped. And the ones that I got were like they were like 160 shipped to your doorstep, so that's pretty cool. And I originally had some Bride, I believe they're LH Extreme Lows or something like that, and they didn't go as low as I wanted because they had a slider. So I'm also not going to be putting in a slider. It's just going to be the seat bracket bolted up to the seat and bolted up to the frame of the car. So there's going to be no slider, no adjustment, but that's fine because I'm the only person that's really going to be driving this car. Okay, so I kind of started to unbox it, but I didn't actually take it all apart. So right here, let me see if it focuses. You can see right there. So yeah, if you guys want to watch, or if you guys want to buy these, I will have the link down in the description just in case you guys want to pick these same exact ones up. But yeah, I really hope that they go as low as I want them to. I like sitting really, really low in my car. Alright guys, so right here you can see these are planted technology. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, I didn't do much research on these, so I don't know if they really do go as low as I want them to. I'm assuming they go low, but I don't really know. And for those of you who don't understand how these work, this bracket piece right there pretty much bolts up to the frame of your car where your stock seat goes. So these bolts go in the back, these go in the front, this one goes on your trans tunnel, at least for the driver's side, and then this one goes on the front. And this is the, I guess you want to call it the right one, so this one will sit like this. And then once this bolts up to the car, then you bolt up this to that, which is the L bracket, which then the seat bolts up to here on the side. Now the cool thing about these is that, like these compared to my old Bride rails that I had, these allow you to go much lower when they are two-piece rather than one-piece. So what I mean by that is, these, when you bolt them up, sorry, it's not going to stay. When you bolt these up, they bolt up, let's say, somewhat like that. So then this will sit about that tall, and this will sit about that tall. And then you'll have the seat that will be able to cradle in here and not hit the actual rails and go as low as it goes. And you could probably even sit it on the ground, like the bottom of the carpet of the car, if you really wanted to, which I want to. Now, if it was a one piece, it would be a bracket connecting this to this and one from here to here. So it would be like a boxed square, I guess you want to call it. And when it's like that, you can go as low as you want here, but you also have to make sure that the bottom of the seat doesn't hit that part that I'm talking about that goes right here. So with this, you can go to the ground, and if there's a bar running here, you pretty much bottom out on that metal piece, which usually doesn't let you go that low because it starts off being up here, if that makes sense. I'll throw it in the car and explain a little bit more. So I got the stock seat out. I didn't record it because I don't think you guys really need to see it, but just in case you guys are wondering, there's one bolt here, there's a nut right there, so there should be a stud sticking out of your firewall, and then there's two bolts up in the front, so one right there, one over here. And once you get that out, the bracket piece that I was talking about pretty much bolts into the exact place where your seat goes. So one right here, one bolt right here, one bolt right here, and then this is the one I was talking about that's a nut. So there's a stud that sticks out from the firewall, actually the trans tunnel, and then there's a nut that you put on there. So once you get that, it's just kind of loosely on there. Once you get that on there, then this is the kind of tricky part that I'm dealing with right now. So the part that I'm having trouble on is this part needs to bolt up, let's say there, somewhat like that, but I made the mistake of not ordering hardware. Now when you buy these rails, it asks you if you want to buy hardware, which is about 12 bucks, but I said nah, it's fine. There's like an option, and I was like, nah, it's fine, I probably have some this and that, blah blah. But turns out that the bolts that I have are not really the right size. I mean, they are, but it's just they're a little too long. So if you see, there's not really much space in between this rail and the carpet. Now I know the carpet is, it will allow it to be pushed down a little, but what I have is these grade 8 bolts, but I'm gonna have to do it reverse. So the nut's gonna be on, or the bolt's gonna be on the bottom coming up, and then the nut's gonna go like this. So I don't know if when I bolt this up right here, the seat is gonna go right here like that. So I don't know if it's gonna hit the bottom of the seat, but I'm gonna try to quickly see if I can find a solution for this. Also, it comes with these holes drilled out, but they don't really, you know, they're not really used for anything. I don't know why they even drill those out, but they do recommend that you drill your own holes. It's kind of common sense. But if you look at how far off they are, that one's over there on the rail. It's this one. This one's like lined up, let's say right there, so you can see. So you pretty much bolt this up, the L brackets, that's what they're called because they look like an L. This is the wrong one, but this bolts up to your seat on the side, and then you put your seat on here, and you kind of sit on it and see where you want it. And when you want it, you mark it, and then you drill your own hole, and then you just put your bolt through it. That's pretty much the design of these, and that's how you should do it. Alright guys, so there's two ways to put these L brackets on. So you can either put them on, you can either put them on like this, which is what most people do. So this part is bolting up to the seat, and then this part is facing outwards, sitting on the rails. But I know there's a few people that run bigger seats just because they're bigger or because they like bigger seats. This is a pretty small seat. This is just a 32 waist. But like I was saying, people like to run larger seats. So for them, they have to run it like this. So it bolts up the same. Obviously, this would now be the bracket for the other side. But they would pretty much bolt it up like this, and the rail would be right here, and then they bolt it up on this side, if that makes sense. So since this is a small seat, I would run it like this. So this part, the actual bolting up part, both of them get pushed in. Now when you flip it, they both get pushed out, I want to say roughly an inch to an inch and a half, so a bigger seat can fit in there, if that makes sense. So the way I'm running it, because I am a smaller person, I'm running them outwards like this. So that means there's nothing actually on the bottom of the seat hitting. When they're like this bottom lip hits. But the way I'm running them, I can go pretty much as low as I want. So I can go this low if I really wanted to. I'm gonna see if I can, but I just double checked with the other side, and I had it just leaned like this just to roughly see. And it's super low and super lean back. It's almost hitting the back seats. So I know these are probably gonna go as low as I want them, which I'm kind of, you know, I'm really happy about that because that's what I wanted, you know, to have. But also another thing I want to quickly mention is that these 3 circles, or 4, whatever you have, these circles that are small circles, they go on the back, and then the slotted ones go on the front. And the way that works is you just position your back one like this, and then whatever angle the front one is, that's pretty much where you bolt it up like that. So I'm just quickly test fitting, just making sure that the doors aren't going to hit or anything like that. I did get these brackets. Everything's loosely right now, but I just gotta see where I want this hole, where I'm going to drill it. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to sit in the seat and extend my foot. And the way I like to base my seating position is I want to be able to push the clutch all the way in until you can't no more. Alright, so these brackets are just on there pretty loosely. I'm going to tighten those up once these are bolted up to the actual brackets that go to the floor. I don't really know the terms, but in order to put these on, I already got the holes drilled. Right there you can see. I didn't record that because I don't think you guys need to see me drilling the hole. It's just pretty simple. But I'm going to be using this factory hole. So this one is slotted, which gives you a little bit of adjustment, but I think it's the perfect setting for me. So my front ones, my front bolts are going to be going in here. So one right there, and then it's still a little warm, and then one in the here. So when you use these 2 front bolts, it leaves you right around this area. So in order to get these bolts in for these, I'm going to have to put the actual bolt sticking out from the bottom up, and then just put the nut on top and tighten it down. So I'm just going to quickly grab some washers so I can throw those on. Alright guys, so I got everything bolted down. Seat is very sturdy, it's very firm. Alright guys, so this is just a final shot of what it looks like. Got the car all cleaned up. I know you guys probably don't care, but yeah, this car is probably the cleanest it's ever been, just because to me it was always like, it's whatever. Turn it off, there's no point in having it on. But yeah, seats on there, super sturdy. I love these rails, they look super clean and simple. Give you guys a little walk around the what it looks like back here. From over here. This is just crazy. Look how insanely low. It's literally like sitting on the carpet. I still gotta do some wire management and kind of hide these a little bit. They're just kind of tossed right now because I was just cleaning it out. But once I hide those wires, this thing's gonna be all nice and clean on the inside. So there you go guys, I just wanted to show you how low these seat rails go. I have them on max low in the rear and I think one off from the front. Yeah, so there's 3 adjustments here. I have it in the middle on the front and I have it the lowest in the rear. So my seat is incredibly low. And if you look at it, it's super leaned back. It should be like this and I have it leaned back. So when I drive, I'm super low and I'm like laying down, which is how I like to be. That's how I'm comfortable. But I just wanted to show you guys roughly like how low you're gonna sit. I am, I think, like 5'7", 5'8", so you guys can see the math. If you're around that, you'll see kind of, you know, where you'll sit. But if you're a really tall person and you need seat rails to fit a helmet, I'd highly recommend these seat rails. Or if you're just like me and you just want to sit really low, I'd also recommend these. They're probably the best seat rails on a budget. Pretty much same as Street Fraction, except for a fraction of the price. Kind of rhymes, but yeah. So there you go guys, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it useful. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out guys.